Council, please come to order. Mayor Pro Tem Cassidy Statham, if you will preside, I'm going to join Vice Mayor Pro Tem Peck at the lecture.
Okay. The chair recognizes Vice Mayor Pro Tem Peck for a proclamation to Crime Stoppers of Houston recognizing April 6th through the 12th, 2025 as National Crime Victims' Rights Week. Vice Mayor Pro Tem Peck.
Thank you, Mayor Pro Tem. I'm honored to do this proclamation today. Andy, did you want to come up while we read it? And then we'll have everyone up afterwards. Whereas crime affects individuals, families, businesses, and communities in profound and varied ways, often leaving lasting physical, emotional, and life-altering challenges. And whereas National Crime Victims' Rights Week serves as a beacon of solidarity for those whose lives have been shattered by crime. This annual observance emphasizes the importance of kinship, which fosters connections and provides support services and shared strength among survivors, advocates, and communities. And whereas NCVRW provides a platform for survivors to share their stories, fostering a sense of community. By sharing their experiences, crime victims and survivors not only find solace, but also inspire others who are walking similar paths to break their silence and seek support. Whereas NCVRW is a crucial catalyst for change, it shines a spotlight on systemic issues within our justice system and society at large, prompting much-needed conversations about victims' rights, support services, and crime prevention strategies. And whereas NCVRW is a call to action, a call to listen, empathize, and stand in solidarity with those affected by criminal conduct. It is a call to advocate for policies that prioritize victims' rights, support services, and recognize the inherent worth and dignity of every person impacted by crime. And whereas the City of Houston calls on all Houstonians to observe National Crime Victims' Rights Week, commend all individuals and organizations supporting victims of crime, and extend its heartfelt solidarity to all survivors of crime. The city reminds everyone of the importance of kinship and encourages all to recognize the shared humanity of crime survivors and victims.
Thank you, Councilman Peck. And we do a lot of proclamations, members, in this chamber, but probably none are more important than to emphasize our commitment to crime victims.
Absolutely.
In fact, I wish we didn't have to do this. I'm sitting here proud that we're doing it, and I have such personal relationships with so many victims and their families. The primary reason I ran for mayor, to improve public safety and make the crime victims' suffering part of our political discussion. So thank you for coming here today. And as I said, it's so proper to do it. We should do it each and every day, but I wish we didn't have to. And it's just, if I could just undo some of the irresponsible actions of the perpetrators, the way we can honor victims, families, is to never forget and hold people accountable that have brought this pain and suffering to these families and crime victims' families. Andy, I don't know how you do what you do, other than it's a calling. I've worked with you for years. I've witnessed your outrage, your compassion, and how you bring the community together. Certainly, before you went to Crime Stoppers, and now you're doing even a bigger, larger job than you did when you got started. And Lord knows how many times have you been before the Criminal Justice Committee in Austin to improve the Crime Victims Compensation Fund. And I could go down the list of things that we've worked together on behalf of the crime victims. So therefore, I, John Whitmire, Mayor of the City of Houston, hereby proclaim April 6th through the 12th, 2025 as National Crime Victims' Rights Week, and we have a list of the recipients of our proclamation. So thank you, Vice Mayor Pro Tem Peck, for doing this, and we will never forget. Andy going to represent the families?
Andy Kahn, I'm Director of Victim Services, Crime Stoppers of Houston. Prior to that, I was a victim advocate in the mayor's office and also with Houston Police Department. So as Mayor Whitmire says, I've been doing this a long, long time. And this is always a special occasion when we can bring all the different organizations, from law enforcement to district attorney's office to nonprofits to constables, all together. And I think it's also important for council members to see all the different groups that work specifically on behalf of victims' rights. You know, I've had a mantra basically that crime victims are the only unwilling participants in the criminal justice system. Everyone else chose their role. Law enforcement, judges, prosecutors, defense attorneys, police officers, victim advocates, but no one ever said, pick me, pick me. I want to be a victim of a crime. And so the least we can do, particularly in government, is to looking out for their rights, their due process, and their well-being. You know, we try to take negatives and turn them into positives for social action. We can't go back and change what happened to you or your family, but we try to leave a lasting legacy, and that's what victim advocacy is about. So I'm just going to call off just the names of the organizations. If you can just stand up, because I think it's important for everybody to see who the organizations are that represent the people in the city of Houston and Harris County that victims have to turn to make sure that the criminal justice system is working for them. So I'll just do this in order. AVDA, Aid to Victims of Domestic Abuse, if you are here. Don't you always love when the first one's not here? Okay, Children at Risk, I don't believe they're here as well. Children's Assessment Center, we have a winner. DIA, Inc. Demand Disruption. Elijah Rising. Harris County District Attorney's Office, Victim Services Division. Harris County Domestic Violence Coordinating Council. Harris County Sheriff's Office, Homicide Division. Harris County Sheriff's Office, Victim Services. Houston Area Women's Center. Houston Police Department Crime Victim Services Unit. Montrose Counseling Center. Parents of Murdered Children, Houston Chapter. Texas Crime Victims United. Texas Department of Criminal Justice Victim Services. Harris County Precinct 5 Victim Assistance Unit. So I want to give you guys, because we all work together as a team, and it's an amazing collaborative effort that we all have. We all know each other, we all can turn to each other, and it's important for victims to know who is out here, which organizations. And I want to thank you, Mayor, just on a personal level, like you and I, we go back a long, long ways, and we've always been locked in sync and trying to make the city better on behalf of victims' rights. Enhancing victims' rights and enhancing public safety go hand in hand. So this is a very important week for us, and it shouldn't be a week, it should be every single day. But that's just the reality that we're in. So thank you on behalf of everybody here for recognizing and honoring, and thank you, Councilmember Peck, for also doing what you do best as well. Thank you, guys.
Councilmember Kamen. Unity.
Thank you, Mayor Pro Tem. Councilmember Peck, thank you as chair for bringing this important proclamation forward, but more so lifting up the work that's being done, not only for the city of Houston, but throughout the region. And Andy to Crime Stoppers, I think you said it best, recognizing all of the organizations that you all work with, because in Houston, what we do is lift up those in need together. So whether from Crime Stoppers, it's the rewards for information that proves critical in solving crimes and bringing people to justice, but also in the support that you provide, I will say not only for victims, but for survivors and for their families. So to the families of those impacted, I thank you for the courage in your voice in working with all of our organizations to make a brighter and safer future here in Houston.
Councilmember Ramirez.
Thank you, Councilmember Peck and Mayor, for recognizing these wonderful organizations. I see so many familiar faces that I've worked with and gotten to know over the years, from the District Attorney's Office, Parents of Murdered Children, Crime Stoppers, and the Assessment Center. And you guys are the frontline soldiers, and I just have so much respect and admiration for the work you do to try to bring comfort to victims, to justice to victims, and to our community, and appreciate you so much, and say thank you and keep doing what you're doing.
Councilmember Flickinger.
Thank you for everybody that's involved with this. To the mayor's point, I absolutely agree. I wish it wasn't necessary. Unfortunately, it is, and Andy, I truly appreciate your efforts when you call out those who are charged with making decisions who have failed the public miserably. Unfortunately, there was a prime example of that last week where we ended up with a murder-suicide that never should have occurred. So thank you for all your work. Please keep it up. We need to do something to make a change.
Councilmember Plummer.
Thank you, Mayor Pro Tem. And thank you as well. I'll never forget what you just said about, the victims didn't choose this fate. I will always remember that, because I never thought about it from that perspective, but you are so right. So thank you for what you do, Vice Mayor Pro Tem. Thank you for bringing this forward, and to all the organizations that are supporting this and working together. I think that's the special piece about this, is that everyone's working in unison. So thank you all for all your tireless work. And everyone says, thoughts and prayers, right? I mean, those are necessary, but you all are doing the actual work to bring justice, and that's incredibly important. So thanks again.
Councilmember Huffman.
Thank you. The City of Houston is so lucky to have all of you groups and organizations working to, fighting for victims, fighting for justice, fighting for healing. People in this city, they're our greatest resource, and if we don't take care of them, after they've become part of a club they never wish to join. Healing is so important, and so thank you for everything you do. Thank you, Andy, Crime Stoppers, and the City of Houston. We're very lucky to have you out there, too. Thank you.
Thank you very much, and thank you all for being here today. Congratulations on the proclamation.
Thank you.
Yeah. We can get many folks.
We get everyone, can we bring them in here, man?